Unit 10. It's a Mystery. Lesson 1. Reading. Activity 1. Discuss the questions. 1. Which books, TV programs or films do you like?
I like science fiction stories.
2. Do you like detective stories? What do you think makes a good detective?
Yes, I do. I think good detectives should have a good communication and observation skills.
Take a look at the pictures. Where do you think they are?
I think they are in the museum.
What's the man in the brown coat doing?
He's asking questions.
Who do you think he is?
He's a police officer.
Why do you think the other people worried?
They might be worried to be accused guilty.
What type of story do you think this is?
It's a detective story.
Activity 2. Read the script quickly and answer the questions. The characters in this story are Inspector Fox, a police officer, Pat Plump, a businessman, Lucy Specs, a university student, Tim Tall, a school student, Miss Pepper, Tim's teacher, Dr. Green, a doctor, Sue Snaps, a photographer. Can you match the characters to the people in the picture?
The robbery.
You're all here because there was a robbery at the museum yesterday.
We're all suspects, aren't we, Inspector?
Yes, you are. I'm sorry. A valuable dinosaur egg is missing from the museum. Someone stole it yesterday evening.
That's terrible.
You were the only visitors in the museum at the time of the robbery. I'm taking statements about where you all were at 5 o'clock. Mr. Plump, where were you?
I was drawing hieroglyphics in the Egyptian room. It's my favourite hobby.
Collecting dinosaur eggs is also one of your hobbies, isn't it?
That's not a crime, is it?
Miss Specs, the CCTV camera shows you leaving the museum with a large bag at 5 o'clock.
Yes, it was my brother's birthday. I bought him a present in the museum shop. I can prove it. Here's the receipt showing what I bought.
Okay, thank you. Now, who's next? Tim, isn't it?
Yes, Inspector. I was at the museum on a school trip.
But the trip ended at 4 o'clock. Why were you still here at 5 o'clock?
I can answer that, Inspector. Tim lost his school bag and went to find it. Then he got lost. I went to look for him and found him in the Chinese room at 5 o'clock.
Okay. What about you, Miss Snaps?
I was in the restoration room looking at some old paintings.
Did anyone see you?
Yes, I talked to the museum guard. He saw me go in at 4:45 and leave 20 minutes later.
How interesting. Then, Dr. Green, it seems that you were the only person who was in the dinosaur room at 5 o'clock yesterday.
Yes, I was there all afternoon. I was doing some research on dinosaur eggs, but I didn't steal the egg.
He's lying, Inspector. He was the only one there. He must be the thief.
Actually, Miss Specs, Dr. Green is not the thief.
Really? How do you know?
Because the egg wasn't in the dinosaur room at 5 o'clock. It was in the restoration room for cleaning. And that's when Miss Snaps stole it.
I didn't steal it. I only borrowed it. I wanted to take a photograph of it in my garden for a magazine. I was going to put it back today, but I haven't had time yet. Look, here it is.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've solved the crime. Can we all go home now?
Yes, you can. Except for you, Miss Snaps. You'll have to come with me.
One. How many suspects are there in the robbery?
6 suspects.
2. Who left the museum with a big bag?
Lucy Specs.
3. Who was the thief?
Sue Snaps.
'Activity 3. Vocabulary. Prove. To show that something is true.
The detective proved that she was the thief.
Crime. An activity or action that is against the law.
Robbery is a serious crime.
Lie. To say something that isn't true.
He lied about where he was yesterday afternoon.
Statement. Something someone says about a crime and a police officer writes down.
He gave a statement about where he was on the night of the robbery.
Suspect. A person that you think is guilty of a crime.
The police are interviewing 4 suspects about the robbery.
Borrow. To receive and use something that belongs to another person and give it back later.
Can I borrow your laptop? I'll give it back tomorrow.
Robbery. The crime of stealing from somewhere or someone.
The thieves stole €100,000 in the bank robbery.
Valuable. Worth a lot of money.
This diamond necklace is extremely valuable.
Solve. To find out the answer to a problem, crime or mystery.
The police solved the crime very quickly.
Hobby. An activity that you enjoy doing in your free time.
My hobbies are swimming and karate.